Thank you very much, Victoria and Ender. We now have our Swiss stage finalised. Joining us here on the post-game desk, of course, Com and Valyn coming in after that. It's been a long couple of days for you, man. Great to have you here.
Yeah, I mean, what a long journey for me in this playoff bracket, but I'm glad, even though we didn't win the grand finals, I'm glad to be going to Shanghai. I mean, even in the little intro, like, it looked insane, so I'm excited.
You were very excited with that result there.
Yeah.
You kind of hyped to take on a team like T1?
Yeah, even before the draw, I was like, I want T1.
You get to play your boy.
Yeah, we get to play against Saya. I haven't seen him in a long time, so it's going to be a special moment for us. I know he wants to beat us just as bad, so it'll be an exciting match.
You were mouthing something. I don't know what it was, though. Like this.
I was saying we only play bangers, and I think us and Jinji is, I would say in the first stage, that is a banger of a matchup, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got Team Heretics versus DRG. We've got FPX versus Foot, G2 versus T1, and Genji versus Leviathan. That is a fantastic way to kick off our group stages.
Yeah, I feel like all those games should be pretty close affairs. Honestly, just getting to see you guys play versus your former teammate from the guard, Saya, is going to be an exciting storyline there. And this Swiss stage is definitely going to be grueling, right? It's redrawn every time. You two could end up playing against each other again if
right,
it got into that second or third round. So it's going to be a really cool format. It was already great at Masters Madrid.
Yeah, I think you walked up here like anyone but Lev. I was like, it's okay, you can't play each other straight away. But yeah, you guys have had probably a gutful of each other over the last couple of days, obviously, on the battlefield here. But hey, I mean, look, I just want to zoom out a little bit and look at the strength of our region, because we've had you guys up there, 100 Thieves, all with some insane series. You guys have stepped up incredibly. You guys looked, fantastic. 100 Thieves also, to contrast their start to stage one. How do you kind of feel about Americas as a region?
A lot of people like to say that we're not sending the best representatives, but I think the game has been ever evolving, and a lot of new players or like Ascension players for us are just kind of learning the game. Every year it changes, and to see like players who weren't in VCT before come up and we work so hard to get there. Leviathan has looked dominant the whole entire year, so I think, and 100 Thieves as well. So we are sending, in my opinion, the best representatives there.
Tom?
Yeah, I would say the same. I mean, I think the teams that we're sending are the teams that stepped up to the challenges here. You know, the teams that worked the hardest, really worked on their mistakes. And, at the end of the day, like, I think Americas is one of the strongest regions in the world right now. And, what better place to do it than China?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to say, I think the FPX versus Foot game is so underrated. Foot have been looking incredible. They've also stepped up to the challenge. And, man, CNET is looking back in form. And he's one of those players that you really don't want to play against. Like, his op is so impactful, his rifle as well. And he's been playing so flexible on different agents now. So I think that's also going to be an incredible game.
From each of you, team you want to play the most heading into this tournament. I'll start with you, Com.
I think Paper X for sure. I think
They're
I've met them
looking
a
hot right
lot
now.
so far in my career.
Yeah, sure have.
And they're the most fun team to play against constantly.
I mean, they have Jing again, too. You get that rematch from the Champs final.
Yeah, 100%. I love those guys. I mean, I've been against them so many times. They're great people, everything.
For me, I would say EDG, just because we're going to be in China with their
whole
home crowd.
crowd.
And I love those kind of challenges, being in enemy territory, just hearing the energy. I love energy, so being in that crowd is going to be so fun. And on top of that, their performance in-game is ever evolving, so I want to see what they got cooked up.
And here you have it here, of course. The Swiss stage tends to mean that, with each passing round, going into round two, for example, we will have teams getting eliminated as we advance further and further on. So you have a good start in that Swiss stage. You go sort of, squeaky clean. You will be able to get yourself through. You'll be able to avoid, obviously, having to play that extra round going through here. Obviously, Swiss means you are playing people with the exact same record. So that tends to pitch you against formidable foes right off the bat.
Only playing bangers in that format. How do you feel about the playoff teams getting to pick as teams that are going to be playing through the group stage? Does that add a little bit of excitement at all, knowing that your opponent will want to play you?
Dude, if I get called out for a playoff match, I don't know how much more hype I could be. That would be the most exciting match I've probably ever had, because they chose you specifically that they want to play against.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, that they think they can beat you.
Yeah.
It's got to be a huge motivation.
It's got to be. One thing is that you get a bye directly to the playoffs, and from personal experience, not having that time to kind of get used to the to the stage and get used to the matches internationally, going straight there could be a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I know it was for us when we went back in a long time in Reykjavik.
Yep.
Yeah, but with the 100 Thieves, they're a more experienced roster. They've had many international events attended before, so I think they'll be able to kind of stomach that.
Yeah, I would say that for sure. I mean, the first round buys, as you said, are double-edged sword. And every time I've seen a team do progressively well in a tournament, it's usually because they came from like the hardest road and they're the most battle-tested.
Like the lower bracket, you'd say, you know,
Yeah.
with the map advantage against you. But
Map advantage.
I mean,
It's tough.
That is brutal, right? I've got to say, like, you know, to quickly hop on that, you guys managed to put some stuff together really well. You even saw like a breach comp on, you know, on Sunset. You guys kind of threw it together. Like, did you spend any time on that, like, you know, overnight? Was there just any opportunity for that, or just
No, we ended our game at like 8 p.m. because of like long tech pause, and it was like overtimes all 5 maps basically.
You just had to just leave it?
Yeah,
right?
we literally went into it. We're like, all right, guys, this is our pick. Like we were trolling. We're like, all right, guys, Sunset's our pick. Let's go. Just pick Breach Gecko. Just run around, do our thing. Didn't work out. Yeah, we just didn't really have much time to prep after our long game yesterday.
So, what do the next couple of days look like for you guys? Because you're probably getting out of here in a few days, right? So Masters is looming. What's the plan? Have you got some rest sort of set up? Are you back to the grindstone? Like, what's the approach?
I think it's back to the grind, maybe like a day off, just because we've had like 4 or 5 matches in a row now.
Yeah.
But losing in the grand finals, at least for me, gives me that extra motivation to continue trying my best in practice, and I want to get right back to it. As cliche as that sounds, like truly, I want to show a dominant G2 in Shanghai, so not much break. We're just going to keep pushing on the gas.
What about you guys?
I would say the same for me. Like, this was probably my one day off, honestly. And I'm going straight back to practice, you know, getting the grind on. And obviously, like, as soon as we get to Shanghai, I'm excited to play, like, Chinese ranked and everything, man.
Yeah.
It's such a sick experience, honestly.
I mean, both of you guys have been to international events before. Outside of just getting to play against international competition and having that opportunity, what are you excited for about going to Shanghai, going to China? Have either of you been before?
I have not.
Nope.
I would say I don't really know particularly what I'm excited for, but I love traveling, especially doing what I love, being able to go to different countries and compete. It's such like a warm feeling inside. It kind of makes like all the hard work pay off, that you can go compete internationally on the biggest stage. I'll be sure to try like, you know, all the different foods there and try to see the scenery, but yeah, everything's gonna be sick.
Yeah, I would say just like it's an out-of-body experience, like just so many different fans from different nationalities, everything, just together in one spot to enjoy the same thing. That's your passion. I think that's something that's like just unreal, and experiencing it last year in Tokyo as well was, I don't have any words for it.
Yeah, and it'll be the first global event where we get to see the Chinese fans come out. It's going to be the biggest arena for Valorant ever. So obviously some motivation to make the playoff for you guys.
Mercedes-Benz Arena, I heard it was 18,000 people seating.
Yeah.
And I know that's selling out in China for sure. So.
You had best believe it. Yeah. I hope you're ready for the run back of that experience. My goodness. Guys, thanks so much for your time. It's been great to hear some of your thoughts as well, especially you've just come off on stage, so appreciate you coming on. But we have an incredible lineup of 12 of the world's best teams, and our opening matchups are now locked in, and you'll only have to wait 11 days. Masters Shanghai kicks off May 23rd with our Swiss group stage. Thank you guys again for coming on the desk. Thank you all at home for watching. We'll see you in Shanghai and then back here at Americas for stage 2. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys. See you that night.
Step into the ring. Step into the ring. Step into the ring. Step into the ring.